you've had the food before, but today we're gonna have you guys make the food. Are you guys up for it?
We're so excited.
So excited.
All right, I guess I'll try
Okay,
first.
please, Sarah.
Okay. And then I'm gonna indent it.
Yep, there you go.
Right?
Xbox size.
Okay. Ooh.
Oh my God! Wow.
There you go.
It's
That's
crazy
good.
how elastic it is.
Yeah. There you go. Perfect.
Wow.
We're the Leung family, and in 2013, we started a food blog called The Walks of Life.
It began as a family side project.
And eventually evolved into a journey of documenting our culinary genealogy for readers from around the world.
The blog has gathered a wonderful virtual community and been recognized as the online authority for Chinese cooking in English.
Is it spicy?
I mean,
It's spicy. It's not too spicy, but it's spicy.
It's spicy.
You could say sometimes there are too many Leung cooks in the kitchen.
but we wouldn't have it any other way.
As we've grown, we kind of like gone outside of our comfort zone a little bit and tried to do research on regional cuisines that we aren't as familiar with. We'll go back to China when we can and learn from the people at the source.
I'm always poking my head into the kitchen or on the street food. I'm like, hey, what is that guy doing?
Growing up, we were very much concentrating on the food that came from like our respective families, right? Like my mom's side, Shanghainese, my dad's side is Cantonese. And then we sort of discovered Sichuan food and like Hunan cuisine and Yunnan. There's so many regional differences in the cuisines of China. Like just to say Chinese food is like a crazy like monolithic, it doesn't capture the variety. Western Chinese food was less known here in the US previously. Restaurants like Xi'an Famous Foods in New York City have really popularized it.
Welcome to our store. Welcome to Xi'an Famous Foods.
Thank you so much. You introduced this Western Chinese food to us, actually, as a family. So
Thank you,
awesome.
thank you.
In the case of Xi'an Famous Foods, I'm always amazed at the hand-pulled noodles or how they're made. It's like, well, why isn't that noodle breaking?
So my father, David, is going to show us how to make the dough from flour first.
Awesome. The noodles at Xi'an Famous Foods are made from a simple mixture of flour and salt with water gradually added and kneaded in.
这个面呢，在中国的西安，也就是西北，主要是吃面。一般过去不吃米饭，特别是乡下的人不吃米饭，一年就吃上1次2次。他主要吃面，他说什么呢？吃米饭吃不饱，他一定要吃面。
Wow, weird. It's like the opposite for us.
就跟广东人说，我吃面吃不饱。
After the dough has rested for a while, we oil it, slice it, and then set it aside to rest a little bit longer until it's elastic enough to be pulled into noodles.
Okay, so we're going to take a piece of dough and we're going to start ripping it into a noodle. So I'm just going to roll this a little bit, a little wider, and then I'm going to indent the middle of it, just a straight line.
Rip easier?
Exactly, to guide the shape of the dough as you're ripping it apart. So we're gonna grab this. I like to say it's kind of like a game console, like an Xbox. So then I'm just pulling it apart to about past my shoulder width, and I'm gonna start swinging up and down like this.
Oh my
Right?
God,
And
that sound.
that sound is biang. That is why we call it biang noodles. We call it hand ripped noodles, but it's a biang style noodle. You know, once it gets to be about 4 or 5 feet, depending on how long your noodles you want, how thick you want it to be, you can start basically just grabbing the middle part where the indent was, and then just rip it apart like that, and that's it. And you don't have to rip it all the way through. You know, it's good to have a long noodle. You know, everlasting life. And then we'll rip it, put it right there. Yep.
Yeah, I want to see the master.
So he'll do one. He'll do one.
Wow.
Yeah, look at that.
It's longer than yours, Jason.
Dad's wingspan is a little bit wider. There you go.
Anyone want to try?
All right,
Who's
I
first?
guess I'll try.
Okay, please, Sarah.
Okay, so I'm gonna.
So you could just kind of flatten it
I'll
a
flatten it
little
out
bit
a
with
little
your hand
bit.
or with the roller, yeah.
Okay.
Nothing to it.
All
right,
okay.
Okay. The dough is very forgiving.
Yeah.
Don't break.
All right.
Wow.
A little rough on the edges there, but you know.
Oh, Maz is a little thick.
Good job. All right. All right, so now the noodles are all inside the pot, and then we're gonna take these noodles out and sear with hot oil with the chili spice on top.
Sounds amazing.
If you guys are ever short-handed, just give me a call.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have the noodles with you. Those are the ones that you guys pulled. We were able to finish them.
So good.
The chili oil is so fragrant.
So Jason, how did you actually get into the business? And I know your father started in a small stall in Flushing, but how did you grow it to such an empire here?
Well, I wouldn't say empire, but definitely we came a long way since our first hole in the wall in Flushing. You know, we were chatting before about how there's, Xi'an food was not really known in the U.S., and that was actually the biggest reason for him, not because of any necessarily for commercial reasons, but just because he misses the food and he really wanted to have it. And then he figured, why don't I just cook it myself and then share it with people like me who also miss the food. And that was really the pure motivation behind the business.
梁先生，我刚刚在与创始人，因为你是第一个把这个特色带到美国的，所以说很了不起，
哪里？
非常了不起。
还要继续努力。
对，
还要靠我儿子发扬光大。
This is a rare compliment. Yeah, I must enjoy this, bask in this glory of compliments. At the end of the day, we're just working towards the same goal.
Yeah.
We have high standards. He has high standards. I think I'm higher than him. He has higher than me.
That's exactly how we are.
Yeah.
That's how you keep up the quality.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, we check each other. And yes, it sounds negative, right? But at the end of the day, what's the result? You end up with a product that's actually good and people benefit from that. So,
So maybe we should bake more.
I don't think we need any more.
We have plenty, yeah.
yeah, cheers.
Every restaurant trip we go to, sometimes we won't see anything, and then other times we'll see, hey, look at that. That's pretty unique. Whether it's a styling or whether it's a way they present it or cook it, and a lot of times it translates into dishes that we want to make.
So I think for the soup that I'm gonna do a noodle that's slightly thinner texturally with the soup.
That's what we're used to.
It's definitely
like
what we're
thinner
used
noodle
to.
Soup.
Yeah. And then I'm going to score it in the center.
Maybe you should make the divot with this instead of that.
Okay, maybe, right.
Because maybe that's too harsh of an edge.
Okay, I'll try that.
Yeah, do what they said.
Oh, it's doing it.
Wow. Ooh. Okay, so I wouldn't call that a thunderclap, but that's good.
No, because it's so much thinner, but not quite the thunderclap of this morning, but pretty good. Oh.
Oh.
Okay, all right, maybe that's why they don't make it thinner. We definitely haven't mastered it quite as well as they have.
We're definitely
still new to this one.
In training. It's so technically challenging to develop those recipes. I'm not gonna say it's super difficult to make them because it's obviously doable, but there is a ton of learning that goes into it and time and effort.
It has
I see how that ribbon I love that.
Yeah,
that looks really good.
It's really good. Yeah.
There's definitely something to be said about being able to work with your parents as your parents, but also more as equals too. And I think that's very tricky, and not all families want to do that or can do that or are okay with that. And I think that in that sense, my parents you are cool, because I think that they definitely respect our opinions and what we bring to the table.
Oh wow, the lamb's like super.
The lamb's good.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't
That
say it
lamb
tastes the
just melts in
same
your
as
mouth.
at Xi'an Famous Foods,
No,
but it
it
tastes
reminds
very
me
close.
of. It reminds me of 羊肉泡馍.
It's really nice.
Well, what I was saying to Ma earlier is like how nice it is to just cook for the sake of cooking, even though it is
So
a little bit
true.
of recipe development, but I felt like it was so relaxed, and
Yep.
now we're just having this really nice meal, and
That's
it's
how
just
some of those
more fun, I
some of the
guess.
recipes come to be made on the blog, right? All our stuff that we love.
Yeah, that's true.